All right, good morning, everybody. How can you hear? Is the microphone working? Okay. All right, great. Thank you. Good morning. Today is Thursday, October the 9th, 2025. It is exactly 10:01 a.m. and this is Josephine County Board of Commissioners convening for our regular weekly business session. We will start this morning's meeting with an invocation by Donna Gar and be followed with the pledge. So Donna, please come on up. Good morning.
Right. All right. Lord Jesus, I just want to take this moment to acknowledge who you are. You're the God who sees us. You fully know and understand each person individually. You're touched with the feelings of our personal pain. You see our struggles, our anger, our failures, our fears, our confusion, our doubt. You offer your very heart to us to heal our lives, to heal our bodies, to restore our families and our community, to give us a hope and a future. I ask you, Lord, to help us navigate this meeting well and lead the council to solid solutions for every challenge that affects our city, our county, and our lives. And grant the council wisdom to make sound decisions. Thank you, Lord. Amen.
Please join me and arise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we've called this meeting to order. Next item on the agenda is declaration of potential conflicts of interest. Commissioner Smith.
After reviewing the agenda, I see no conflict of interest. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Barnett.
After I reviewed it as well, no conflicts of interest.
Thank you, Commissioner Barnett. And I as well see no conflicts of interest on today's agenda. We'll move on to agenda item number 3, and these are administrative actions in consideration of. Items A and B will be stricken from the agenda. Those were addressed at the admin meeting on Tuesday, and we'll go into agenda item C. This is Board Resolution 2025-037 in the matter of providing the unused sick leave benefit under ORS 238.350 for general service employees who are Chapter 238 members of the Oregon Public Employees Retirement System. And we have no staff here to speak to that. Okay. We'll move on to the next agenda item, which is Board Order Number 2025-074 in the matter of uniform procedure for setting fees charged by county and setting a public hearing. Board of County Commissioners, Surveyor, Public Works, Recreation, Animal Shelter, and Public Health. And looks like we don't have any staff here to address that, or do we? Yeah, Ms. Nelson, did you want to speak to that? 2025-074. Item D.
The PERS.
Is it PERS?
Fees.
This is for setting fees.
The fees.
For the Commissioner's Office, Surveyor, Public Works, Recreation, Animal Shelter, and Public Health. I'm sorry to catch you flat-footed.
Okay. Yes, so this board order is to set the public hearing for fee changes for November 13th at 10 a.m. The departments requesting fee changes are the BCC, Surveyor, Public Works, Recreation, Animal Shelter, and Public Health. At the hearing, the public will have the opportunity to weigh in on the proposed fees. We are on schedule for fees to be effective January 1st. And the proposed fees can be found on the county website on the finance page. Questions?
Okay, thank you. Any questions?
No, we went over this.
We did.
Okay, no questions.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is E. This is in the matter of confirming the sheriff's certificate of sale and authorizing distribution or proceeds of the sale, execution of a quitclaim deeds, and land sale contract. And this is for a number of properties that are, there are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I will go through and read them all individually. The first one being the execution of the quitclaim deed for Josephine County to Nicole Norman Nance for sale of county property R301478. This is on Oxyoke Road, and this was in the September 2025 auction. The next one is the execution of a quitclaim deed from Josephine County to Fred R. Leffler for sale of county property R300465, and this is on Coyote Creek Road, also on the September 2025 auction. Next one is the execution of a quitclaim deed from Josephine County to James E. and Jacqueline T. Mitchell for sale of county property R327255. This is on Lakeshore Drive and was also auctioned on September of 2025. The next one is the execution of a quitclaim deed from Josephine County to Kenneth P. Irving for sale of county property known as R300248 on Lower Wolf Creek Road, also on the September 2025 auction. Next one is execution of quitclaim deed from Josephine County to Jeffrey Scott and Linda Susan Whitvet, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, for sale of county property R329388. This is located at 309 Josephine Road, also on the September 2025 auction. Next one is execution of a quitclaim deed from Josephine County to Patricia Curtin for sale of county property known as R305764, which is located at West Pickett Creek Road and was auctioned in September 2025. Next one is execution of a quitclaim deed from Josephine County to Patricia Curtin for sale of county property R305780. This is also on West Pickett Creek Road and sold at the 2025 September auction. Next one is approval of a land sale contract and memorandum of contract sale to Clint and Sierra Nation for sale of county property R322975. It's located on Board Shanty Road. This was also auctioned on the September 2025 auction. And the last one is approval of a land sale contract and memorandum of contract sale to Dean Davis for sale of county property, excuse me, R301117 on Lower Graves Creek Road. And this one, as well as all the others, was auctioned in September of 2025. Do we have any questions or comments from the board?
Well, we went over these.
We went over it. Yep.
Okay, thank you for that. Then we'll move on to the agenda, and this is agenda item number 4. This is requests and comments from citizens. This is where everyone has 3 minutes to speak. I'll remind everyone of the rules on the wall and that this is the opportunity for you to address this board and not the audience. Who would like to speak first this morning? Okay, Judy in the back.
Judy Ahrens, resident of Josephine County. Once again, I know I'm reiterating, but I was listening to my American Family Radio this morning and how blessed we are for how our nation got created. I mean, how it got established and over here is because of our Christian philosophy, our Christian values, and we've gone astray a lot. Seems like it's a secular community nation now, but it was established for that reason. So we could include the, the First Amendment and aware to speak up like people do here and everything. So what a blessing. And I hope everybody here realize it is a blessing. You could not do this in Russia. You could not do this in Cuba. You could not do it in certain countries in South America. So we are very, very blessed to have that opportunity to articulate our concerns to you. And I just want to share too, I see a lot of energy going on in this community in front of the post office and everything. And what saddens me the most is that we have Hamas, who literally in front of parents are chopping off babies' heads. And I understand in the 30s, when the Japanese were our friends at the time, or allies with the Chinese, they were actually throwing the babies up and just getting them with their bayonet. So we do live with evil in the world. We just have to combat it. It's very sad. And we have to pray for people who don't have the hearts to get up here and just share what can we do to our community and say, how can we bash our community? And one of my things is where we've gotten to this point, and I'm going to reiterate this again and again, is through our public education. Nationally, in the nation, I mean, Oregon is about the second to the last in their reading skills and their math skills, and that will affect our society here in Josephine County. And in the nation-wise, it's fourth. So what I would like to tell people, if you really want to use your energy to change our society, please come to the next school board meeting. It'll be at oh gosh, you'd have to look it up now. I'm having a senior moment here, but it's next Wednesday, I believe, at 5 o'clock. You can share your concerns about what's going on with our kids in our community. So once again, there's so many things that we can do that's good. I mean, there's Graham has got these shoe boxes I've been doing for 30 years to give to orphans. People don't have kids. We have Thanksgiving coming up. Have you asked your neighbor yet? Are they going to be eating by themselves, or could you invite them over so they're not by themselves? How many things are good things we could do? So sometimes let's just look at the positive things and the things that we are concerned about, which we can do it very articulate in a nice manner. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to, before we allow another person to speak, I'd like to come back to the agenda, previous item 3C, if it's okay with the board. This is the resolution in regards to an HR issue with sick leave, and I see we have staff here. If it's okay with the board,
Without
we can do that.
objection. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Michelle.
Morning. So currently, Josephine County provides the unused sick leave benefit under ORS Section 238.350 for its police officers and firefighters who are members of PERS. And what we'd like to do is also provide the unused sick leave benefit under the same ORS law for general service employees who are members of PERS as well. So the cost to the county is very, very minimal because PERS is an entire statewide program.
Okay, when you say very, very minimal, are we talking thousands, tens of thousands of dollars of cost to the county?
I would say thousands probably.
Okay, so less than 10?
Yes, it's very, very small in the big picture of all the employees that are covered under PERS throughout the state.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any questions for?
None.
Okay, that was easy. Thank you very much. All right, this time I'd like to go back to public comment. And who would like to speak next? Here at the front row with the hat.
Victor, Grants Pass. I often hear you say we only come here to be negative and pound our fists. Other than Edgar or maybe Mr. Fitch, I see virtually no fist pounding. In my opinion, you fabricate the narrative to support your own lies and your complete lack of transparency. This is not some company you own. You were invited here to operate this public municipal corporation and to do so in maintenance of the public trust. You have failed in your oath to do so, and this failure requires your removal from office. As to our rights, as affirmed by the Supreme Court, I have a right to freedom from religion. And the government's dictates regarding any God or religion. I have the right to freedom of expression, free to clothe myself in any way that pleases me. You nor your pack of goons can tell me what to wear or where I can wear it. If people have hurt feelings too freaking bad, I am not the proprietor in control of their feelings. Maybe you should supply stress balls instead of challenge coins to calm the poor dears. I have a Fourth Amendment right to be secure in my person, papers, and effects, meaning that you, civil servant Jeffrey, will not have me identify myself to you as you demanded at the administrative workshop 2 days ago. At that point, you, Bleck, shut down the meeting and stopped the recording in progress, then declared an emergency security breach and called security to remove me. When I refused to leave, as it was up to that point an open public meeting, 911 was called, bringing forth 7 surly, rude, demanding Grants Pass police officers who gloved up and surrounded me, and but for one refused to identify and furnish their names, badge numbers when asked. This followed by the arrival of Chief Daniels and another deputy. I have the videos for those compatriots who wish to see them. 10 members of law enforcement summoned on high alert for little old me, a simple citizen, peacefully attending an open public meeting, saying nothing and simply observing. After much ado, all occupying forces retreated, except for Chief Daniels, who continued to monitor me closely, and the one deputy. The door was open. I resumed my attendance until I tired of listening and retreated the hallway to speak pleasantly with people there. And funny, but none of this was in the Courier's police blotter. I was happy to provide this training to you and your staff this time, but next time I will have to charge for it, as my time is valuable. Remember.
Thank you, sir. Who would like to speak next? Right here in the second to last row.
My name is Gail and I'm from Grants Pass. Mr. Black, it's so nice to see that you rolled out of bed to make it here this morning. These are similar words you spoke to an individual in this audience a few weeks ago. You speak of decorum and respect within these walls during this meeting, yet you display rude and arrogant behavior when addressing your constituents in the audience. Oh wait, we truly aren't your constituents, are we? Given the fact that you were not elected to this position, but appointed by your fellow commissioners, how dare you speak to a citizen of Josephine County as you did a few weeks ago? Must I remind you where your salary comes from? You bring shame to the position you hold by acting in such a pathetic manner. No public official should be so pompous as to speak to another person that way. I was brought up believing that if you wanted respect from others, you show them the respect they deserve. I believe that you owe that individual in question a formal and public apology. In fact, you owe everybody in this auditorium an apology. I guess in your world you may see it differently. Your conduct during that meeting is another reason that you should be recalled. You don't deserve to be in a position of authority.
Thank you. Anyone else? Mr. Fitch?
Mr. Fitch, return resident, you were served with a notice. You just pass it off to Wally World. Your lies and religion, salt shaker religion, has been assaulting this community for over 10 years. We won last year on removing that parasite. You have pathetic parasites in our law enforcement. Because when I take someone to court or they take me to court and I prove they're a rapist, I suggest you arrest them and prosecute them. With that notice being served and you ignoring it, you're now been served with an affidavit of criminal conspiracy. I suggest you take it seriously, gentlemen, because these comes with federal allegations and criminal charges. And I'm not going to stop because you might fear these other people or scare these other people behind me, but you don't scare me. I hold you guys accountable and I will hold you guys accountable and criminally accountable. This isn't a civil lawsuit. I'm not after your money. I'm after your accountability. I'm not after your recall because I want you accountable. And your disrespect and lying to people in this community is going to end. I suggest you take care of that, what was given to you this morning, because it holds all of you accountable by ignoring it. Good luck. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? All right, here with the gray hoodie.
Holly Morton, Josephine County. Good morning, guys. It seems like we've got a kind of a problem of motivation in our county. You know, you've got you've got one side of the group who's kind of, needing, they need a lot of resources and we provide a lot of resources and they are not motivated to work because we constantly provide the services to them. On the other side, you have people who are providing those services, their taxes go up. I mean, every day we see some other request to pay more for this, more for that, more for that. Unfortunately, I think you guys end up picking up the tab for that problem of motivation that we have in our community. You have to figure out how the rest of us who are paying the taxes and so forth are going to pay for those people who seem to be stacking up in our community who need more and more and more. And at a time when we've lost a lot of our natural resources, at least the state has decided we can't use those natural resources for our own benefit, timber and so forth, mining. We're trying to figure out how are we going to pay for all of this? Well, the people that are standing in this room or sitting in this room with me are the ones that are going to pay. And we're feeling resentful about it. And I think a lot of times you guys pick up the tab for that. And it makes me feel mad. It makes me feel bad for you. You're stepping up. You're trying to get this job done and you're being held accountable for all kinds of things. And I have been to many of these meetings and I have to say, I don't see rude behavior on the dais. I've seen plenty of rude behavior from those of us who are in the audience. And it's got to be tough, to take those verbal assaults every week. And I keep reminding people in the audience to have some empathy for everybody who's involved. The people that are angry or are trying to hold this community together, the people who have been basically hired by us to support the community and do what they think is best. I wish that we could get people to come in with just basic ideas. It's very easy to break down something. It's very hard to build it up. You can go in and demotivate someone, but think about what it takes to motivate somebody to take on the kind of job and abuse that you guys take week after week after week. It's unconscionable. Anyway, from those of us who really understand what's going on, we do appreciate you. We're sorry you have to pick up this tab. We're grateful that you have the broad shoulders to do it. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to go to this side right here. Mr. Goodwin, you ready?
Appreciate you calling on me without even having to raise my hand.
I know why you're here.
Jim Goodwin, been a resident of Josephine County since 1977. What I have here is a white paper because it's printed on white paper. That sums it up. There's some very interesting information in here. I can go through this line by line. This 3 minutes will not allow me to do that. I'll come back to that. The one issue that I would like the board to address is in the now this has Commissioner Barnett and Commissioner Bleck's name on it. As a response to one of our issues that we are asking the public to recall the commissioners for. Executive summary, the campaign to recall our county commissioners is not a genuine push for accountability, but a strategic maneuver by a group of former county employees backed by the national left-wing organization Indivisible. I'll stop right there. That is a lie. There is no fact whatsoever. This recall was born right here with an individual reaching out to people and other individuals reaching out to me. There is no organization, national, state, or local that is, quote, backing anything. We're all gentlemen in this room. I would like to give you the chance to get your pens out, Commissioner Barnett and Bleck, and write a retraction for this. We'll get to all this other stuff later. This is a lie for political benefit. I think we all know where that leads. We're not going to rattle sabers here and threaten attorneys and lawsuits or anything like that. But please do the right thing. There is no fact to that whatsoever. As for everything else in this white paper, I think it's time to have a debate. I suggest we keep it only to the reasons in the recall. Commissioners on one side, myself, maybe one other person from our team on the other side. Commissioner Barnett has said in public, there's nothing here. It's all based on lies. It's made up. Bring your facts. We'll bring our receipts. Let's run out of Grange. Let's live stream this thing. Let's do it quickly. Let's agree on a moderator, get together in the same room and talk about these issues, issue by issue by issue. 4 issues per commissioner. Some of them are the same. Let's set aside a couple hours so that the community can see exactly why this recall is needed. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Front row here.
My name's Leva Herrera, rural Grants Pass. I wanted to come here today to express my deep opposition to the current recall efforts and say that I fully support our commissioners. Recalls are expensive for local residents, and bogus recall attempts create an unstable political environment. The group called Indivisible, operating locally as Rogue Indivisible, is an anti-Trump movement with the sole purpose to counter the efforts of President Trump and remove conservatives from office and replacing them with people who will move forth their specific agenda. This is what this recall attempt is related to. Rogue Indivisible's chairman has been witness supporting recall efforts throughout our town on several occasions. Not only has he been witness doing this, so has several of his associates and members in his group. Indivisible has published guides for their members. One of their guides is called Indivisible, the Practical Guide for Resisting the Trump Agenda, and the other one is called Indivisible, a Practical Guide to Democracy on the Brink. I encourage all county residents to read these guides that illustrate Indivisible's motives and tactics. Rogue Indivisible's members and their associates have not only played a significant role in these recall efforts, they have spent countless hours in the field trying to drive its success. Indivisible's association to this recall is undeniable. When people get more familiar with who Indivisible actually is and read their guides, they may be better equipped to determine for themselves what is actually happening here. I also want to mention that there have been some elderly residents who have signed the recall petition thinking it meant that they were supporting the library and not trying to recall the commissioners. I guess I can understand this since we have witnessed for weeks now that recall booths have been displaying "I love my library" signs right next to signs that say "sign the petition here." This has already proven to be deceptive to residents. Once residents learn more about Indivisible, read their published guides, they may also be able to guess that recall efforts in this town will likely continue, probably targeting the city council next and other places where conservatives have been elected to public service, such as school boards and such. Information about Rogue Indivisible in general can be found at any of the We Support Our Commissioner booths or tables, or by merely searching more about them online. Indivisible associates will deny these claims, but they cannot deny the physical documentation that had been obtained showing its members as instrumental participants driving this recall. I am confident that Josephine County has no interest in becoming Portland, and I encourage residents to get educated and learn more about what's really going on. Thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Thank you. And go back over to this side right here. Anyone? Mr. Hunker?
Bill Hunker, Portland, Oregon. It's fascinating to watch how Black self-referential leadership skills quickly turn into karmic theater. A few weeks back, Black boldly declared he knew all about lease contracts, for he had done many of them personally over the years, a boast that came to a screeching halt when Josephine County's legal department publicly corrected his claims. Black didn't do any research to back up his claims of intimate knowledge of lease terms and conditions. He just again self-referenced, standing firm that he knew he didn't need to do research, in spite of the fact that all other dollar per year Josephine County contracts were written with no convenience clause. Perhaps if he'd done any research at all, the county might have avoided weeks of unnecessary negotiations. But there's more. Last week, he had another communication from county legal about circumventing state and local hiring practices. Once in public, once on the radio, Bleck said that Mr. Sellers never acted in the capacity of chief of staff or county manager. And yet, lo and behold, a paper appears duly signed by all three commissioners 19 days before Bleck's radio interview. It verified that Sellers would receive a hefty pay increase for all the, quotes, extra duties he will be performing for the county. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Well, not quite delivered. You see, there's this little known trick that executives use to absolve themselves from all prior knowledge of and agreement to most anything. It's a fancy little trick. All you need is an old pink, partially dried up marking pen, and then with a grand flourish, you just write in big letters across the whole face of any document the word withdrawn and the date. And that's it. Bada bing. All legal issues are absolved, all promises are forgotten. And the excellent part is you don't even have to sign your name. You just write withdrawn and you can start fresh again. Easy peasy. Wouldn't you think by now Sellers might be a bit skeptical of Bleck's promises of great wealth? Twice, Sellers trusted Lucy not to yank the football away. But Bleck's executive reply simply was, "That football's been withdrawn."
Thank you. Yes, sir, in the corner there.
Thank you, Commissioners. David Dapper, Grants Pass resident. I've heard a lot about disenfranchising voters and complaining about that. And lo and behold, we see it right here. When the people we vote for, and I know Commissioner Bleck, you were assigned to replace another person we voted for who was recalled, and it turns out it was all false. And he won those arguments. And every time someone doesn't like who gets elected, it seems like they jump up and down and throw a little fit and want to recall. So now they want to spend $64,000 plus on recalling you two commissioners. And Indivisible is behind it. The one guy showed up at a park march meeting with his I Am Indivisible shirt as part of the recalls. I don't know how you deny that. They're pictures. I would like to thank you for your service and hope people will honor the way their fellow neighbors vote and not just throw a recall hissy fit every time they don't get their way. It's time to grow up, live in reality. And thank you for your service, and thank you for the Snickers. You're entertaining too. And oh, and another thing, if I get lost in the woods and search and rescue has to come get me, I get a bill, right? Why, when a junkie overdoses and they have to have 2 police cars, a fire truck, and an ambulance show up and Narcan them costing thousands of dollars, why don't they get a bill for that? Doesn't that seem fair? Or, charge them for Narcan, or, if maybe they don't even want it, let them go. Anyway, thank you. Bye. Bye. Ooh, that was.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Go over to this side here again so I can flip flop. Would anyone on this side like to speak? Yes, third row with the black. I want to be respectful to everybody.
You are not respectful. Vicki Palmerton, Grants Pass. I'd say good morning, gentlemen, but you are not. Chris Barnett has put a smear piece out on me. He learned nothing from the Oregon State Supreme Court's judgment against he and his wife for elder abuse. Maliciously, they called it. So here we are again. You are printing false crap everywhere. Indivisible, I'm going to get this straight so you all understand, has been established since 2017, and we have nothing to do with this recall. Nothing. You can lie, you can bring up all kinds of crap. Neither does CRG. Nothing. You have no facts to back that up because I choose to collect signatures by myself and I'm part of Indivisible, or I go to the library, I'm a library activist. What the heck is that even? What does that mean? Because I wear a I love my library button? But you feel comfortable enough. Matt had over 50 death threats to him and his family. He has a little child. I was hit while I was in the courthouse, while you allowed your screaming monkeys to disrupt the courthouse. You allowed it and reveled in it. And while I was holding a 3-year-old's hand, I was hit by one of your screaming monkeys. You should be ashamed. Anybody should walk into our courthouse and not have had to deal with that. And it was not anybody there for support that was screaming and yelling. Most of the screaming came from some lady with her pigtails in too tight. That's all I can figure out. But they lie as people are leaving. We get more signatures because of the way these people behave out there. We are not screaming at anybody. We are not yelling at anybody. We're not even asking if they want to sign. And these people are telling me personally, I'm going to have a meter on my well if I sign this. Excuse me? Is that true? No, but the truth doesn't matter. You just scream louder. And the white paper you wrote, have you heard of defamation?
Thank you. Over here, no applause. We'll shut the meeting down. Okay, right here in the orange and black shirt.
Morning, Commissioners. JJ Schofield, Josephine County. I took the day off work today, so I'm here as a private citizen on my own time. So, Mr. Barnett, if you or your likely cronies continue to send defamatory emails to my place of employment in retaliation for my First Amendment protected speech or death threats like have been sent to other people, I promise you that there will be more civil litigation that'll be in addition to the $4.8 million you currently owe for elder abuse. So I'm actually here to talk to you, Andreas. I have some questions about your strange behavior with Michael Sellers. First, you tried to give him a total compensation package of $388,000. Luckily, Simon Hare blew the whistle on you and stopped that. Then, outside of a public meeting, you gave him an unprecedented pay increase, moving him from step 2 to step 6 of his pay range. That's a 26% increase. And you retroed it back to the beginning of his employment for a nice payday of about $40,000. That was in violation of county policy. Last, you got all 3 commissioners, again, outside of a public meeting, to sign a personnel action form assigning him the extra duties of chief of staff with another hefty pay increase of 20% for about $30,000 for those duties. Again, that was in violation of county policy. It was in violation of Oregon public meeting law. Then you sat in this room and on the Bill Meyer talk show and tried to deceive the public about what you had done. So someone who knows who wrote withdrawn on the paper. The problem with that is that all 3 commissioners approved that action. And in order to legally undo that action, you're required to take it to a public meeting and have a vote. That never happened. So that brings me to my questions to you, Mr. Bleck. A, why do you keep giving unprecedented pay increases to Michael Sellers in violation of county policy? And B, why do you keep doing business outside of a public meeting, many times violating Oregon employment or Oregon public meetings law? I await your answer, though based on your track record, I highly doubt you'll be truthful. Thank you.
Thank you. Gonna flip to this side. Yes, ma'am. Third row.
Morning, Commissioners. My name is Rachel Parker, and I'm a resident here in Grants Pass, Josephine County. I'm here today because on Monday, I sent an email to the board with several requests. I haven't heard back or seen an acknowledgement of the email being received. I can only assume that it's because of your busy schedules. So I decided to bring the message here so those requests can be heard publicly. Recently, the Facebook page Support Our Josephine County Commissioners published a post titled Community Alert on Players of Recalls in Josephine County. Granted, they have taken it down, but that post listed more than 24 individuals, some with photos, accusing them of negativity and or disruption, and urging citizens to expose their identities and activities. These posts are spreading misinformation and casting aspersions on the reputations of individuals in our community. What's especially concerning, though, is that both commissioners connected to the recall, Bleck and Barnett, have appeared at the Josephine County Commissioners Support booth at public events such as Post Office and Growers Market. While community engagement is expected of elected officials, this creates the appearance of endorsement or affiliation with a group that is actively publishing personal attacks. Therefore, I respectfully request that you, one, publicly condemn the harassment, doxing, and intimidation of community members, regardless of their stance on the recall. Two, publicly clarify that the Support Our Josephine County Commissioners group is not an official arm or endorsement of the county or the board. And three, affirm the county's commitment to civil discourse, truth, and protecting every resident's right to participate without fear. With that request, I close with one last thought. The phrase unity in the community has been used often by Commissioner Barnett, and I truly hope it means something today. However, real unity doesn't come from silence or slogans or from disparaging constituents that have been blocked on social media. It comes from facing disagreements with honesty, compassion, and accountability, even when it's uncomfortable. So I hope that if there's silence on my request today, that it's not the kind of silence that divides us, but one that reminds us that inaction can be just as damaging as words. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone from this side here? Front row?
Commissioners, Jordan Mortensen, Grants Pass. So I didn't expect to really be here, so I didn't write anything. I had a doctor's appointment this morning. They had to draw blood. So if I pass out, that's why. Hopefully not. Anyway, so I just wanted to just say thank you all for your work. All three of you guys have done a great job. It's funny to listen to some people say that that you guys are rude, and yet they're back here laughing and scoffing at people that stand here at this podium. Kind of hypocritical, if you ask me. So people just need to do their own research. I did my own research. I didn't even vote for Chris. So I met Chris at the fair last year, and around, I think it was February, March. I read about this Osprey Resort thing, and I dove into it. I did all the work. I did the homework. I traveled to Osprey. I tried to find the people that live there, couldn't find them. Open records requests, trying to get these contracts, couldn't get them. It sucks that, this came down to the courts, 7 justices that were elected by Democrat governors. Bummer. Sorry that happened to you. But the people in the community, yes, I appreciate your voice. Doesn't matter what side you are on, I appreciate your voice. We do have the First Amendment to come up here and talk. So I appreciate that from everyone, but to laugh and scoff at people in public, you're just hypocrites. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to address you guys, not the audience. Anyway, that's all I had to say for today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone on this side here? Yes, with the binder in the air or iPad.
Hi, I'm Erin from Grants Pass. It's really been hard to sit here in this building while your supporters and yourselves disparage and open up violence against your own citizens. It's really hard to not smirk when someone stands up here and says blatantly incorrect information. But you can save all of us from that by resigning. You can save us the money, you can save us the time, you can save us the headache of having to go through this recall. I know you won't, but maybe put it in the back of your head and maybe you can think about it. First, I don't speak for Rogue Indivisible. Rogue Indivisible is made up of a community of volunteers, all from our area. I am a member of Rogue Indivisible. I volunteer my time between them and several other different organizations. But to be completely honest, sure, a lot of the people that work with Rogue Indivisible also support the recall. They agree that you are all corrupt and untrustworthy to hold this position. But two things can be true at the same time. Rogue Indivisible can be against Trump's fascist regime and have determined that you are not qualified to hold this position. The library debacle that was cited caused a lot of your constituents to go, this isn't okay. You are not trustworthy. You are not getting done what we'd like you to get done. So while, as far as I know, and I've been around the recall, no one has said, oh, by signing this, you saved the library. No, but the library is on there as one of the concerns because it took you way too long to get that resolved. You hide behind that desk as if it makes you better than the rest of us in this room, but you incite violence and hate and division in our community. More than one thing can be true at once. Like Mr. Barnett is a commissioner and a wannabe journalist who hides behind alias accounts, but isn't willing to receive criticism, only praise, which is why he blocks everybody from commenting on his nonsense. Like Mr. Bleck is a commissioner and a crook. Mr. Smith, I truly don't know how to feel about you. I really do hope that you're in that position for the right reasons. I feel like you probably are. I'm still trying to figure that out. But if you want to be successful at this level, you should probably start to distance yourselves from the other two commissioners, or you can resign with them. I second the idea about having an open meeting where you debate and prove that there is truly nothing of substance in this recall. Or again, you could just save us time, irritation, and money and step down.
Thank you. On this side here, all the way with the dark blue sweatshirt.
Good morning. My name's Chris Kirby. I live in Josephine County. I want to say first, the library had no disruption. My husband and I own some rental properties. And when a lease is coming up, you renegotiate it. I did the same with my business. When I was a tenant, you negotiate a lease, and that's what you guys were doing. It never was closed. You guys didn't even bring the issue up. It was the previous city commissioners. Anyways, there was never a disruption, and these people are freaking out. I've heard people at the recall table saying that you were going to close the library. I mean, that was never discussed, so I think it's ridiculous that they're still harping on that. I know all three of you. I appreciate what you do. You're not disrespectful. You're very kind. That wasn't necessary. You're very kind people, and I appreciate the work you do. I think it must be very difficult to sit here and listen to this. I look at them as all poor losers because they didn't get whoever they wanted in. And poor losers, we have no time for that. I want you to do your job, and it seems to me that you're doing it very well. It's very hard to sit here and listen to these people tell lies. And being called violent and racist and, the typical anti-conservative message is ridiculous. Really?
Let's keep some decorum, please. Please, please, please. She's addressing us. Let's just please. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a perfect example. So I appreciate all you guys do. Thank you.
Thank you. Over here on
Hi,
My name's Eva Boris Avery. I'm from Grants Pass. And I am here because I too seek unity in our community. I also seek kindness from others, and I do my very best to offer kindness to others. In fact, if you were to ask anybody who knows me what one of my qualities might be, it is that I am kind, considerate, and compassionate. I accept people where they are because they are there, that's where they are. One of the things that is happening that disturbs me is vilification of people who disagree. And that comes from the top down. It's not something that is only happening locally. It's happening throughout our country. And in fact, our president has called anybody who happens to be left the enemy within. You know how disturbing that is? I'm a 70-year-old mother, wife, grandmother. I am a pacifist. I believe in nonviolent protest. I am not an enemy. I do not deserve to have a target on my back, nor do any of the other citizens who speak in opposition. You don't have to like the opposition, but to vilify people is flat out wrong. And talk about divisive. I keep hearing about this unity in the community. And then I read the stuff that was written about my friend Vicky, and about my friend Matt, and about my friend Raleigh. And I'm appalled. I'm appalled that that kind of vitriol is written down and published, making them targets. And that's immoral, it's unethical, and it should be called out in the harshest of terms. It should not be allowed to stand. Yes, I'm on the left. I'm a Democrat. I'm a member of Indivisible and several other organizations, but I am not the enemy within. And to assume that because I am left-leaning, that I am somehow amoral or a hater is short-sighted. Thank you.
Thank you. Under the screen there in the back row.
Good morning, Commissioners. Kathleen Crone, City of Grants Pass. I can't believe everything you're getting blamed for. It is not your job to referee the community. I just say thank you for what you're doing. You are doing a great job. I fully back you. And I just want to say thank you, Chris Barnett, for finally getting the negotiations for the library settled. Finally, we can move on from this issue and not have to be in the middle of the discrepancies that went on. I'm just thank you so much for getting this resolved, and now we can move on. And yeah, I just give you kudos for everything you have to sit up here and take. Hopefully you don't take it home with you, because it's really just opinion. So thank you again for all that you're doing.
Thank you. Anyone on this side here? Seeing none, I'll go back to this side against the back wall.
Kathy Millard, Grants Pass. And the beat goes on. I'd just like to thank you all for what you're doing. Your job is just, wow. Anyway, I would like to just put an end to all the accusations that are in this recall. Where is Wally Hicks? Why isn't he defending you and calling it out for what it is? Put an end to the discrepancies and we won't have to go through the money of the cost of anything. So where is Wally Hicks? All that you are watching and online, Call Wally. He's over there in the courthouse. He needs to be doing his job and stopping this. You guys are taking this every week and it needs to come to an end. And Chris, you keep up the fight with that elder abuse because I don't believe it's true. I am.
Thank you. Anyone on this side against the back row in the brown vest?
Good morning, gentlemen and fellow citizens. This is Darius England from Grants Pass. I just want to read a little bit of wisdom here. Luke 11. And it happened that while Jesus was praying in a certain place, after he had finished, one of his disciples said to him, Lord, teach us to pray, just as John also taught his disciples. And he said to them, when you pray, say, Father, hallowed be your name, your kingdom come. Give us each day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins, for we ourselves also forgive everyone who is indebted to us, and lead us not into temptation. Which of you has a friend, will go to him at midnight and say to him, Friend, lend me 3 loaves, for a friend of mine has come to me from a journey, and I have nothing to set before him. And from inside he answers and says, Do not bother me, the door has already been shut, and my children and I are in bed. I cannot rise up and give you anything. I tell you, even though he will not arise and give him anything, because he is his friend, yet because of his persistence, he will get up and give him as much as he needs. So I say to you, ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives, and he who seeks finds, and to him who knocks it will be opened. But what father among you, if his son asks for a fish, will give him a snake instead of a fish? Or if his son asks for an egg, will give him a scorpion? If you then, being evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your heavenly Father give the Holy Spirit to those who ask him? And he was casting out a demon, and it was mute. Now it happened that when the demon had gone out, the mute man spoke, and the crowds marveled. But some of them said, He cast out demons by Beelzebul, the ruler of the demons. And others, testing him, were seeking from him a sign from heaven. But he, that's Jesus, knew their thoughts and said to them, Any kingdom divided against itself is laid waste, and a house divided against itself falls. But if Satan also is divided against himself, how will his kingdom stand? For you say that I cast out demons by Beelzebul. And if I by Beelzebul cast out demons, by whom do your sons cast them out? For this reason, they will be your judges. But if I cast out demons by the finger of God, then the kingdom of God has come upon you. When a strong man, fully armed, guards his own house, his possessions are undisturbed. But when someone stronger than he attacks him and overpowers him, he takes away from him all his armor on which he had relied and distributes his plunder. He who is not with me is against me, and he who does not gather with me scatters. And I'll stop there, although it's awesome to continue. That's Luke 11:24, if you want to continue that. But I just want to say, we're with you, commissioners. I just wanted to bring some wisdom into the room from Holy Scriptures. I wasn't trying to say anything about people being demons or anything. It's just that's where the Lord led me to read, and so I read it. But again, thank you for the hard work that you're doing and for taking the beating for really what seemed like useless reasons. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Going once, twice? All right, I'll bring this back to the board. Commissioners, this is where you have an opportunity to respond should you choose to do so. Commissioner Smith, you're up first.
I really don't have a response. I'm glad to see people participating in their government. I really wish there wasn't so much division because it doesn't accomplish anything. You know, that's a military strategy, divide and conquer. So while you're working to divide this nation, the enemy is conquering us from within. So I want you just to take a good look at yourself and ask yourself, are you working to help this be better? Have you got solutions, or have you just got criticism? I hear a lot of criticism. I haven't heard very many solutions. We have some serious problems that need to be solved in this county. Funding is one of them. We're a county that's been in decline since we lost our timber. And when you go into decline, you have drugs, you have crime, and you have violence. It's typical all over the world. When you lose your source of income that built your community, you begin to slide into those areas. That's what's happening in Josephine County. So come to me with some solution. Knock on my door, give me a call, give me some solutions to solve some of our funding problems. Work on economic development, because that's what we need in this community. It'll solve a lot of problems to have a stronger economy. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Barnett?
Yes, thank you so much. As always, I try to focus on the positive, not the negative that seems to continuously happen at these meetings, which is uncalled for. You guys hear it. It's good versus evil, and that's what we're dealing with. I'm going to stand for the right of good, and I will do it always. And those people who know me, you know why I'm elected in, because we fight. And we fight for the better of government and governance and doing the right thing always. And we'll continue to do that. Judy Aarons, I just wanted to tell you, combating evil is real. I see it more than ever being a politician that I never wanted to be. But the reason why I stood up is because we were falling apart in this community. And you can see it here today with all the negative, made up on falsehoods, lies, disgruntled people, past employees, disgruntled, upset. They don't have a spirit in them like I just heard some scripture. Thank you for that, Darius. That was welcomed. We need to hear that more. Just like Charlie Kirk. I'll tell you, no, he's an example of light for our community. And he woke a lot of people up. And those people who disagree, well, then it speaks for itself. Judy, just thank you. We love seeing that you're always so positive. And good versus evil is at play. So thank you for that reminder of that. Holly Morton, very nice. Thank you. We are doing great stuff. We've done so much good stuff this year. And thank you, because we are working for you. And we thank you for that support. We'll continue to do that support during our term. If other people want to get up to the podium and they want to be in these seats up here, so be it. Bring it. Go to an election. But a recall, senseless. Especially when you're new, just getting your feet off the ground, accomplishing a lot of stuff in a short amount of time, and people don't like it. It's shameful. That's not how America works. It's not how the American dream works. You work hard and you do your best, and we'll continue to do that. So thank you, Holly, for that support. Oliva, where is she at? Is she here, sir? Yes, she is. Thank you for explaining the truths about what's happening in Josephine County. Governance, like you said, that petitioner has gathered a lot of help of those groups, Indivisible, Rogue Indivisible, Citizens for Responsible Government, CRG, same people that tried to recall John West. It's the same people. It's not about Mr. Goodwin at all. Mr. Goodwin, I don't even know him. He's a disgruntled former employee that comes up here and makes merit on a recall that has no justification at all, sir, at all. And I've been here since 1978. But one person making a recall to disrupt your government and your elected officials off of one person that people really who don't know who he is kind of alarming. If he had a legitimate circumstance, I could see it. But I was looking up recall law and looking it all up, and you got to have serious offenses, serious thing. Incompetence, that's not happening. Misconduct, that's not happening. Violation of the oath of office. Uphold their constitutional duties. Boy, I'm all about the Constitution. All about it. And people know that. So the merits of Mr. Goodwin are unfounded, Oliva. So thank you for that. Appreciate you being out there supporting the commissioners. We do appreciate that very much and calling out the truth. So just wanted to say that week after week, we hear the same old rhetoric and just not justified there. Yeah.
People, let's show some decorum here. Let's just be. Well, she has a right to do that. I think, yeah, let's just be respectful, people. I mean, come on. Let's all just chill and just all be respectful on both sides. Absolutely, both sides. Let's just show some maturity.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, David Dapper, where are you at? David, thank you. You know, this is a political issue, nothing else. It's all about bad politics. You lose, you come up here and recall and you get angry. We need to get past that as a nation. The people that got elected by the people for the people need to serve their terms out. If you don't like their terms, you can run the next term. That's what happened. That's what happens all the time. But it seems like there is a movement to just attack anybody that somebody didn't like and didn't get elected. It's not fair. The majority rules, and that's what happens. And we just kind of roll with it until the next possible election that comes up. So, David, thank you for that. I'm not even going to address some of the falsehoods. I mean, it's just tons of them there. Jordan, appreciate you doing your research. You've done your research, didn't know you, you got to know me. Like you said, you didn't even know who, you weren't even into voting. Now you got to know candidates, and not candidates, but elected officials now, and I appreciate you doing that. And you're doing your research on really good stuff. And the stuff that you found out about this nonsense about a civil issue has nothing to do with criminal stuff. It's a private issue, and those people are being handled appropriately with attorneys. So I appreciate you. You know me now that I'm a fighter. I don't sit on the bench. I fight for people, and that's what we do. So thank you, Jordan, for doing your research. Chris Kirby, thank you. Library has a lease, and I love it. Library has a lease. Why did we do that? Because I believed in a library. Never did. Some of these people that spoke here today, you should see my emails that I got. I've answered them. I told them to be patient. I listened to them. That's why we have a library lease today. With better communications with me and the director, county, and not only that, they're accountable now. We're not paying more than what we should be. I heard from a lot of people, make them pay their fair share. They're a community partner, so we're making them pay for a building that they're going to occupy fair and square, just like the YMCA. And we have a great relationship moving forward. The roof just got done last week. We put the roof on there. They are secure. And Ms. Lasky and I will do better things in the community to show that we have a good relationship. I don't want you to feel like there isn't one. There's a great relationship between the library and our board and the county now, because we fostered a good lease. So Chris, I'm glad that you saw that, because we did work hard on that. And we did it ahead of schedule. It wasn't due until the end of the year. Lies are being made, of course, and that's all I hear is lies. I mean, I could discount every single lie. It's just unfortunate that we have to come to this where there's so much discourse. That's not the way we need it. We need an Eva Averly. I think she said she's a chair of the Democratic Party, and she would like kindness. Well, I sure hope. I welcome that. No, this isn't a two-way conversation. But you are part of Rogue Indivisible, like you said, doing your videos and all that good stuff. I find them offensive, but that's me. That's my opinion. You guys do your own opinion on Rogue Indivisible and these groups, Citizens for Responsible Government. You guys do your own research on what's disrupting Josephine County, because it's the absolute truth. And if you want these people to take over your community, they will, unless you stand up. Stand up and show that we want calmness in our community, unity in the community. And I'll keep preaching that, Eva. So thank you for your support for kindness. And Kathleen Crone, thank you, thank you, thank you. She's in the back. You're so sweet. So thank you so much. She's also a city councilor, so I commend her for serving as well. And thank you for your support. We appreciate that. Kathy Millards, thank you. I'm a fighter as well. And Kathy, I've gotten to know you you questioned me quite a bit. I remember when I got to know you. And you question me all the time about what's going on with this and that. And I always answer you and I talk to you. And some things we may not agree on, but for the majority, I'm solid. So thank you, Kathy. I will continue to do what's right for this community. Unity in the community, we need to continue to do that. Falsehoods, recalls, this is ridiculous. We have better things to do. like secure leases with other entities, build the airport runway and make sure we have infrastructure here. Make sure our employees are recognized and we're doing that. Making sure proclamations are done, making sure we're at community events. You want to see my calendar? It is booked. Why? Because I believe in this community. I believe in Josephine County. But if we have deterrent, which we're trying to get here, derails people off the mission. The mission is to serve you. We're doing that and we love it. We're doing great things in Josephine County. Continue to support, and I appreciate the contingent of support our Josephine County Commissioners. It's very welcome. So thank you for all you do. And that's all I have, Chair. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. Just a couple of quick responses. The first one being in regards to security. We have had some issues with security. We take security very seriously at all our meetings, not just for our staff, ourselves, but also for all the participants. And we appreciate the sheriffs and the police department that came out when we had an incident earlier this week. And as always, we appreciate our security here in the building right now for this meeting. I wanted to respond with some specificity to Rachel Parker. And I did get your email and I did not respond to it, and I'll tell you why. It wasn't really addressed to me in the fact that I could respond to it, because what you've written here is in reference to, I'm guessing some things that are happening on Facebook, social media. I'm not on social media. I have no idea what's going on there. I assume from your email that there's some food fight, there's some threats, and some crazy stuff going on there. And I'm sad to hear that. I'm not a part of that, and I don't even know what's going on. But you made you made three requests. You respectfully request three things, and those are to publicly condemn harassment, doxing, intimidation of community members, regardless of their stance on the recall. I do publicly condemn them. I'm not a part of that, and I don't know who is. And again, I'm naive in this Facebook social media thing, so forgive me for that. You also ask for publicly clarify that to support our commissioners, and this is in quotes, I'm guessing this is on social media, some kind of a page, that is not an official arm or endorsement of the county or of the board. I believe that it isn't. I'm not a part of it. What other people are doing, I have no control over. So I don't know. I can't answer that. I'm not a part of it. And then lastly, you ask that affirm the county's commitment to civil discourse, truth, and protecting every resident's right to participate without fear. I actually do affirm that very much. I give everybody an opportunity to speak. And in fact, if you were here last week, you would have seen that I gave everybody more time than what was we typically allot for people to speak. I think I go out of my way to accommodate everyone's First Amendment right. I don't leave anybody out, not by design or even accidentally. And if I do, call me out on it. I really mean that. And then to dovetail on that, listening here at this meeting and at most of our meetings, it appears to me that a lot of the information that you guys, the citizens, and I was on the other side of this dais too, is you're receiving it from not accurate sources. I see that Facebook is quite a cesspool of information, and there's lots of food fights, mud fights, all this kind of stuff going on. I don't know the specifics of it, but I hear people coming to me and saying, I read on Facebook. And to me, what that does already is I'll roll my eyes, because here we go. Somebody said something on Facebook that's probably less than 10% true, and here come running down and accusing me and my colleagues of something that's most likely not true. I'm an old-fashioned person. I know I don't look that old, but I'm an old-fashioned person. If you've got a beef with something that I'm doing, come to me. Give me a call. Let's meet. Let's talk. My door is open. I'm old school that way. Now, I'm not super old school as in writing letters, but face to face, shake my hand. I see a majority of you out here in the audience have a gripe with something that you saw on Facebook about me. And I'm not saying that's true or not true. I think most of it is untrue. But can you afford me the respect and the professionalism? Just reach out to me. Some of you come to my office on a somewhat regular basis and say, hey, Andres, is this true? And we talk it through and we get it figured out. I just hate to be measured by Facebook It's just not fair. Just imagine if the tables were turned. Would you like it? I don't think so. Anyway, that's all I have in terms of responses. And I will bring this back to the agenda and we'll start through with all the real estate deals. And, oh no, we'll start first with the board resolution. So first one is I would entertain a motion to approve board resolution number 2025-037 in the matter of providing the unused sick leave benefit under ORS 238.350 for general service employees who are Chapter 238 members of the Oregon Public Employees Retirement System.
I'll make a motion as stated.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and second. Any discussion?
No?
Hearing none, please call the roll.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Barnett,
Yes.
Commissioner Black.
Yes.
Motion carried 3-0.
Thank you. Next, I would entertain a motion to approve board order number 2025-074 in the matter of uniform procedure for setting fees charged by county and setting a public hearing. Board of County Commissioners, for the Board of County Commissioners, Surveyor, Public Works, Recreation, Animal Shelter, and Public Health.
I'll make a motion to approve board order number 2025-074.
And I'll second.
We have a motion and second. Any discussion?
Nope.
Please call the roll.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Barnett,
Yes.
Commissioner Black.
Yes.
Motion carried 3-0.
Thank you. All right, to expedite the next 6 items, if it is okay with the board, we will call these land sales, sheriff's sales by certificate and call, let's see, quick time James. Let's just do it this way. At this time, I entertain a motion to approve in the matter of confirming the sheriff's certificate of sale and authorizing distribution or sales or proceeds of the sale. And this is the execution of quitclaim deeds and land sale contracts.
Make a motion as stated.
I'll second it.
All right, please call the roll.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Barnett,
Yes.
Commissioner Black.
Yes.
Motion carried 3-0.
Okay, on these quitclaim deeds, we have now 1, 2, 3. And if it pleases the board, I would just read them by the property identification number as opposed to reading it all out.
Okay. So
That-
just
Without
number-
objection, yeah.
Yeah, without objection.
Objection.
Okay, great. We'll start with entertain a motion to approve the execution of a quitclaim deeds from Josephine County to the buyers as properties known as R301478. Second one is R300465. The third one is R327255. The next one is R300248. The next one is R329388. The next one is R305764. And the next one and last one is 305780.
And that would be that's it for that.
The motion for all of those that I just read for the execution of the quitclaim deed from Josephine County to the purchaser.
I'll make a motion as stated to approve those.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, thank you. Motion and second. Any discussion?
No?
No.
Please call the roll.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Barnett,
Yes.
Commissioner Black.
Yes.
Motion carried 3-0.
Okay, next we have 2 land sale contracts, and I'll read these out. I'm looking for a motion to approve for the approval of a land sale contract and memorandum of contract sale to Clint and Sierra Nation for the sale of county property R322975. This is Board Shanty Creek Road, and that was sold at the September 2025 auction.
I'll make a motion as stated.
Now, I will second that. Any discussion?
No?
Please call the roll.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Barnett,
Yes.
Commissioner Black.
Yes.
Motion carried 3-0.
Thank you. And next, I will entertain a motion to approve the land sale contract and memorandum of contract sale to Dean Davis for sale of county property. That's R301117. It's located at Lower Graves Creek Road, and it was also sold on the September 2025 auction.
I'll make that motion as stated.
I'll second that.
And thank you. Any discussion?
None.
Please call the roll.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Barnett,
Yes.
Commissioner Black.
Yes.
Motion carried 3-0.
Okay, next up, we have the approval of the consent calendar. This is the minutes, whereas the draft minutes are available for viewing at the board's office, includes the Airport Advisory Board from meeting from August the 5th, 2025, the Addictions, Mental, and Public Health Advisory Committee from September the 18th, the Administration Workshop September 23rd, Weekly Business Session September 25, and the Administration Workshop on September the 30th. I would entertain a motion to approve the consent calendar.
Make a motion to approve the consent calendar.
And I'll second that.
Okay, motion and second. Any discussion?
Oh,
nope.
Okay, hearing none, please call the roll.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Barnett,
Yes.
Commissioner Black.
Yes.
Motion carried 3-0.
Thank you. Item 7 is other matters, and I'll start with this one before I forget. We have a Merlin Heights subdivision, and we're noticing that right now. The plans, the vellums are available for review at the County Commissioner's office anytime. So this is to give notice that those have been presented to the Office of County Commissioners. All right, any matters under other for you, Commissioner Smith?
No, I have none at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Barnett?
Yeah, you took it from me. It was the plat maps.
That's correct.
Yep.
Okay, and I have nothing under other, any announcements, Commissioner Smith?
No announcements. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Barnett?
I just want to let the public know that we had a fire last night in Selma. Emergency management contacted me late yesterday evening. The fire did start out there, and fire crews were on it, and they were on standby for air support for that fire. I'm waiting for a report this morning, but it looks like they're going to get a handle on it. So it went up to 200 acres really quick with the wind yesterday afternoon, but fire crews are on it, and with the cooler weather and rain, it's going to help that. So just want to give an update on that. That just came in last night. Library roof is done. Lease agreement is done. We didn't get a chance to talk about that, but the roof is done over there. So I just want to let the commissioners know that, and the public. And the airport runway is getting done. It's amazing out there. And they're looking at reopening the airport, the Grants Pass Airport anyway, on October 16th. So that'll be great. And that's all I have, sir.
Okay, thank you. Just one announcement. This is the Moon Complex. This is the fire that's been burning for quite some time. You might remember, I believe it started in September, beginning of September. I know it's a distance from us. It's 11 miles northeast of Agnes, but it has burned 20,000 acres. And there are still 1,045 personnel working it, as well as 12 helicopters, whereas the majority of those have been launching out of the Grants Pass Airport. So although we've had cool and moist weather, fire danger is still at moderate, and I'd encourage everyone to be extremely careful in regards to that. With that, we will adjourn at 11:23. Thank you, everyone. Be safe.